It is Friday, and SmackDown is here, and we have our SmackDown preview, and we are getting it kicked off with the crazy. Because Naomi will reemerge on SmackDown as the new Ms. Money in the Bank. That's right. We've seen it all week long. She snatched that briefcase last week during the event, and now it's on.
Is she gonna just show up with the suitcase just like Seth did and just announce, have some SmackDown talk?
I feel like she's gonna get on the mic more.
Right.
It makes it seem like Seth didn't get a card like this or a proclamation that Seth Rollins will be on Raw as Mr. Money in the Bank for the. He didn't even get that. Naomi is, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and predict that she is gonna get on the mic tonight, and she might even kick off the show.
Yeah, that's a good prediction.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty safe bet. Although I don't know if I'd put any real money on it. It is scripted after all.
But she will be there. You
can't put money on it, Nika.
I know. But she will be there for sure. I don't think that she will fight.
Absolutely. Well, also coming up on SmackDown is Jacob Fatu will address the WWE Universe after betraying Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank. And Nika, we haven't talked about this. So much has happened and so much drama from event to event to event that we almost overlooked this. In fact, we did overlook this. My fault, everybody. I'm sorry. Bad WWE fanboying over here and Nika fangirling.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on, and it wasn't personal. It just kind of happened. But Jacob Fatu did finally, I will say, cross Solo Sikoa, and Solo's been asking for it. He's acting like he's the shit,
yeah,
and they're not around him all the time. And I think Jacob's probably he's got the belt. He's a U.S. champion. I think he's got more ground to stand on. So I'm glad he's getting his own shtick here and maybe can break apart and become his own character.
And also it creates friction in that whole bloodline.
Oh, yeah. He's got JC Mateo with Solo still. So Jacob doesn't need to be there. And It was a good betrayal, actually, because we were actually thinking Solo was going to grab the briefcase.
Yeah, we did. We did when he came in and was helping out.
I was about to be disappointed because we wanted Seth to win, unlike a lot of people on that I'm learning slowly.
That's okay.
Yeah, you got to hear our perspective on that. Hey, we got some more of these qualifier fatal four-way matches for both the Queen of the Ring and the King of the Ring. And as is tradition here on the Kanika Sports Show, ladies first. We have Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair versus Alba Fire versus Candice LeRae. The latter two, Alba and Candice here, I got to be honest, I give this announcement probably once per show right now. But Nika and I have not been watching WWE regularly at all until Royal Rumble of this year. So as we probably saw most of these women in the Royal Rumble, we're unfamiliar with everyone's faces and moves and all that stuff. But we are getting acclimated and learning. But Alba Fire and Candice LeRae's game is not all that familiar to me. I got to be honest. So if I were to go out on a limb and have to pick somebody here, I'm going to go with Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair?
She is the queen after all. And she's in need of a win. She has some stature still, and she doesn't have a ton of mileage probably left in the tank. I think she's close to 40, right? Did we look up her age?
Yeah, she's been around for a second, so yeah.
Yeah, similar to like Cena, though. They might want to do one more round with her. But my backup choice would be Alexa Bliss if I had to choose one of these four. It would be Charlotte Flair number 1, Alexa Bliss number 2. And I'm not qualified to comment beyond that.
Well, I will take the opposite.
Oh.
I will go with Alba since I'm not familiar with her.
Okay.
I will just put my chips on her. Or
is it because she has a hat on and you
have
hats? Psychology wins.
And then either Charlotte or Alexa. It's a toss-up. I will go with Alexa Bliss as a second.
For sure. I guess I go back to the fact that these matches are going to be happening on Night of Champions after this, right? The winners there's like the semifinals and the finals are going to happen on the same night, and they're going to want some names, I think, on those cards. Not that Alba Fire and Candice LeRae aren't names, but versus Alexa and Charlotte, I feel like Alexa and Charlotte have the name power more.
Okay.
But we'll wait and find out. Anything can happen, as I said.
It's scripted.
It is scripted. Hey, but we also have a men's King of the Ring tournament matchup, and here we go again. Cody Rhodes, big star. Damian Priest, semi-big star. Andrade, a star on the rise. And Shinsuke, someone we haven't really seen that much at all since we've been watching. So, I'm sorry, Shinsuke Nakamura. I should get his full name in there.
He's from Japanese League.
Yes. This is the King of the Ring tournament fatal 4-way match for the men. And this is a tough one for me.
It is. I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes.
You're going to say Cody's going to win. I'm inclined to agree with you because of the SummerSlam poster and how prominently he is featured on that poster. And it just feels like the King of the Ring tournament winner gets a title shot of some kind, and they might be setting it up for him and Cena to have a SummerSlam rematch.
On the greatest tour for Cena.
Well, they already fought at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's true.
And that was when Cena took the belt. I've speculated that it's going to be some kind of 3-way match with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is going to get involved in this somehow. But I would also point out, I believe the way the brackets are currently set up, so don't hold me to this, but I do believe that Cody Rhodes would face the winner of this coming Monday's Raw matchup.
Not the one.
Which has the mystery man opponent.
Right.
So that would
Sammy.
mean Cody would potentially fight whoever that mystery opponent is. And if it is Roman Reigns, like we've speculated, that would be a hell of a Night of Champions matchup in Saudi Arabia to have Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns. And they're not really rivals or enemies, but they could still put on a damn good show, I bet.
It's the King of the Ring, so it's a different title.
That would be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah.
And, well, that would be enticing not to root for. But I'm going to actually take Damian Priest in this as a dark horse because he just finished off Drew McIntyre after their feud that had gone on way too long, which dates back to Damian Priest's own Money in the Bank victory and cash-in on Drew McIntyre, which then went on for another year. So I'm glad it's over, but I think Damian Priest he challenged Jacob Fatu last week for the U.S. Championship indirectly on SmackDown, or made sort of a reference to wanting to do that. And I could see them going in that direction and putting him in matchup with Jacob in the future. This would give him the precedent for something like that. But again, he would have to win King of the Ring. But
Damian Priest is a good choice.
He would be a good choice. Definitely. Well, we'll have to wait and see how this all shakes down. I wouldn't be surprised if Logan Paul and or John Cena interfered in this match with Cody Rhodes, especially because Jey Uso and his buddy's going to be gone probably after the injuries from Monday Night Raw. And so we'll have to wait and see if any shenanigans go on.
It's a good point. You're bringing it up.
But it is Friday, and I'm excited, Nika. So
Yay.
We will be back actually tomorrow with our Saturday SmackDown reaction show.